How you doing?
Hello. Everything okay?
Everybody good to go as far as you're concerned, Max? Yeah?
Yeah, please feel free to start.
Nice one. Nuno, welcome back. Nice to see you again. First of all, how has it been the last couple of weeks, having so many of your squad away on international duty?
It's been work mainly with the players that stay here. We had some days to train, some days off. Use a lot of the under 23s that are our backups. At the same time, following all the games that our players were involved in, trying to see the loads of training sessions. So when we received them, it was yesterday. Being able to prepare for the next game basically was the work.
Is everybody returned now?
Yes, everybody's here. Yeah.
Has everybody been tested for COVID as a matter of normal course, as normal procedure is what you would normally do this week?
Yes, we've been tested today. We already were tested, the players that were arriving. We have a new in-house system of testing, so that allows us to not make mistakes when players come back from national team. So when they join the group, they are previously tested here in Compton. And let's wait. The results were this morning. We're still waiting on the final results, but for now, everybody is healthy.
How concerned were you with the number of players you have in the Portuguese team after the positive test for Cristiano Ronaldo?
We were worried about everybody. We were about everybody that were involved in national teams, just because everybody has changed environment. Everybody, when you go out of your natural environment, sometimes you make mistakes, and it was about the worrying of not having players infected. Like you say, national team of Portugal there were cases, but like I say, our players were tested yesterday, and I'm positive that medical national team of Portugal have made all the measures. They have taken all the care necessary to avoid contact more than you should. But you have to realize that the increase of infection rate all over the world, these kind of things will happen over and over again, and will affect no matter who, will affect everybody. Today can be you, tomorrow can be another team. So it's a worrying moment for everybody.
So has this particular case reinforced your idea that maybe it's not a good idea to have international games during the middle of a pandemic?
If you ask me what we should do in the middle of a pandemic, my answer will be for sure not as nice as we should. But it's a moment of I think the schedule was not well prepared in terms of national teams. First of all, due to the pandemic, due to the risk that the mobility of persons in this world is now so dangerous, and specifically because the load that the players are being subject in these moments, in the early moments of the season, it's absurd. It's absurd. And if you add pandemic plus excessive load and players playing 3-4 games in a space of 10 days with so much short period of preparation, it's absurd, and it's creating problems.
So in terms of the tests that the players have just had, when do you expect to get the results back?
We had already our own results, and now it's more time. So if we did this morning, probably Sunday morning we have the final results. So you can see the risk that you have to take on your decisions and how you prepare the game.
Sorry, go on.
No, it happened before to other teams. You prepare and you believe that you're going to start with 11, and a result comes and you have to take the player out. So this is disruption. But in this case, we have days. But if we played Sunday, it's be too risky. Maybe the result comes here already in the hotel.
I was going to say that maybe the only positive thing that you have here is the fact that the game isn't being played till Monday night. So that maybe gives you a little bit of time to try and figure things out.
Fraser, but this is us. This time the schedule was us that play on Monday night. But other teams have the same exact situation. Many players involved in national teams, and they have to play Sunday and even Saturday. So you know what I mean. It's not too much time. It's clearly a moment of disruption. I understand, and everybody understands, but can we make it better?
In terms of general fitness, are there any other updates on players that have been injured or are injured?
Yeah, we had players that came from national team with problems, and that we have to deal and assess and manage. Fortunately, players that were here, like Marçal, they are starting with the team already, the first sessions with the team. So what we are trying to balance everybody. So we've been able to have a full squad. In these moments, we don't have all the options available.
In terms of balance, I think it's the first time we've maybe had a chance to speak to you since the closing of the international transfer window. Obviously, the domestic transfer window still carries on until 5 o'clock today. Do you expect to be doing any business between now and then at all?
Yeah, there's some hours to go. There are players that are here with us. Ryan Bennett is here with us. Now he has things going on. Let's see how the day finishes. You never know what can happen, but not too many things, I hope.
And overall, are you happy with the players that you've managed to bring in during the window?
Yes. Not only that, our priority is not the players that came in. Our priority is to improve the general level and of performance and standards of fitness in our squad. The players that were here, the players that came in, we have to work and improve. We must do it with the sense of urgency more than ever.
And just finally from me, Leeds United have had a very exciting first few games in the Premier League, goals galore. What do you make of their arrival and the job that Marcelo Bielsa is doing there at Elland Road?
It's fantastic. Everybody have seen, and Leeds is a special approach has a special approach of the game. We've been looking at it. I like it. But at the same time, my focus is how can I adapt and take advantage of it. But I expect a very, very tough challenge on Monday against Leeds.
Thank you, Nuno. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Nuno. Anne-Marie from PLP. This is a third meeting in Premier League history between these two teams. These are two teams that know themselves very well and adapted very quickly from the Championship to the Premier League. How can Wolves exploit Leeds' weaknesses?
By competing well, and not only focus on exploiting the weakness of your opponent. It's about realizing the aspects that your opponents are so strong, and you have to control and manage. So it's both ways. It's try to look at all the aspects of the game, but no doubt about it that it's going to be a tough match for us. But at the same time, exciting to compete against Leeds.
Then how wary should Leeds be about the qualities of Raul Jimenez and Daniel Podence if they're selected for the match?
I don't know. I hope. I don't know. And that's an answer. That's a question it's not for me. What I'm worried about creating an organization of our own team that allows time and space and opportunity to our talent players to take advantage. It comes first of all from from the organization of the team and the talent of our players.
And finally, for me, of course, you'll be crossing paths with a couple of former players potentially on Monday night. Helder Costa, of course, who left Wolves in 2019, and Rodrigo, a player that you signed when you were coaching at Valencia in 2014.
Yes, it will be good to see them both. Both players I had enormous pleasure working with. Two fantastic players, two very talented young players. First of all, I'll be delighted because it was a pleasure and an honor, and there are bonds among us that will rest forever. But will be good, and I know the talent that they have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike?
Nuno, how did you balance, or how difficult was it to balance during the transfer window, the needs of the squad immediately and the needs of the squad in future time? Because you've clearly signed some players with a great deal of potential, but at a very young age.
Yes, trying to balance is the next step of our work. Trying to balance, and when I say balance, is improving the players that we have already, the core of the squad that we have already. At the same time, prepare, like you say, young talent players that we brought to give them good moments that can help us. So it's about balancing, but the priority is improve what we already have. I think it is better for when the new players come, they can immediately give good answers.
For during the last 2 weeks, obviously most of the regular first team players weren't around. So you were saying you did a lot of work with the under 23s. Was that useful time in a way that you were able to dedicate to them?
Yes, of course, because the under 23s are our backups. We rely and we trust them, so they can help us in terms of training session and, if necessary, during the competition. We didn't have too many because of the bubble. Everything has changed. So what we try is to create a small group of players on the under 23s that are inside of our bubble. 6 or 7 players that we had a chance to work on them. And I say too many times, our 23s are our main backups. So it's important for us to have them around.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, we'll finish the broadcast section there. So we'll move on to written.